Dubai rises up as the Arab world's tech hub. Dubai's digital industry is booming thanks to the pandemic, as foreign investment firms such as SoftBank Group Corp as well as Sequoia Capital express an interest in the city's entrepreneurs. This video will look at how Dubai became the Arab world's tech hub. Let's get started. Dubai has pretty much kept its border open, immunized extensively, as well as implemented visas and other programs that have drawn a growing number of overseas workers. According to top management, the combinations of laid-back virus policies, lower taxations, and fairly light regulations on business has provided an atmosphere attractive to tech startups. In contrast, many Europeans as well as Asian countries have launched lockdowns through endless waves of COVID-19. Dubai has also profited from the UAE international diplomatic relations and connections with Israel, which were formed in 2020 through an agreement known as the Abraham Accords, and have allowed Dubai to build contacts with the Tel Aviv-based technology sector. Israeli enterprises, which are undergoing a digital boom, are developing and selecting Dubai as their first regional center. As per WAMDA, a Dubai-based analytics platform, expenditures in tech businesses in the Middle East as well as North Africa, barring Israel, tripled to $2.87 billion the previous year from $654 million in 2020, with an approximately half of these funds going to the United Arab Emirates, as per persons acquainted with the actions. 3 Sequoia Capital officials from India relocated to Dubai at the time of the pandemic. They were given long-term licenses to roam freely into or even perhaps out of the city. According to the sources, Sequoia Capital India's successfully growth into Dubai aided the venture capital fund's first venture in the Gulf area. According to one source, Sequoia Capital's India-focused fund led a $33 million worth in Saudi Arabia-based Lean Technologies Limited, a fintech startup, in January. The fund is also considering an additional deal. Sequoia's European team had even invested in Egyptian finance startup Tilda in the previous year and Lean. Kitopi received a $415 million investment from SoftBank Group's Vision Fund 2 in July. In addition, SoftBank bought a $125 million investment in Saudi customer interaction platform Uniphonic just after a few months. The investment firm, which is supported by $60 billion in Saudi as well as Emirati sovereign wealth funds, opened an office in Abu Dhabi in 2018. However, none of its first vision funds were invested in Arab enterprises. As per a source familiar with SoftBank's approach, the fund decided to wait for financings to build up and has been seeing more skilled entrepreneurs operating Gulf-based businesses of sufficient magnitude. SoftBank had previously stopped investing in Kitopi but maintained contact with the creator and perhaps continued to fund as the business developed to operate over 60 cloud kitchens across Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, UAE, and Bahrain. Abu Dhabi's Mubadala Investment Co. and Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund are among the region's sovereign financial institutions that are acquiring direct equity shares and launching local venture capital businesses. Although the Arab world seems to have a young as well as a tech-savvy populace, venture capital firms say it has typically been a source of funds for investors instead of a rental locations for its founders. In addition, investors have been turned off by the country's numerous conflicts, and Saudi Arabia, the largest economy, recently opened up socially and economically. Venture capital investments throughout the United States, Asia, as well as Europe continue to dominate investor confidence in the Arab world. As to an Israeli charity known as the Startup Nation Central, Israeli startups received more than $25 billion in funding the year before. By 2031, the UAE hopes to have 20 IT enterprises with a market capitalization of $1 billion or more. In addition, it grants 100,000 golden visas, which are permits to enable entrepreneurs as well as technology investors to stay in the nations for up to 10 years, which is far longer than regular visas. The UAE also has set up the National Small Business Program to assist entrepreneurs in obtaining capital, forming partnerships with established businesses, and marketing their products internationally. Businesses are establishing themselves in Dubai as well, but they are concentrating on area as a whole. For example, Swivel Technologies Inc., which had gone public the previous year in a contract with a special purpose acquisitions company valued at roughly $1.5 billion, is a cab carpooling service. However, its services are limited to Pakistan, Egypt, as well as Kenya instead of the UAE. Capital, another Cairo-based business, has an office in Dubai since the city is fantastic for hiring and raising finance. Dubai can basically import all the talents one requires, practically from anywhere in the world. This statement was given by the Egyptian co-founder of Swivel, Mahmoud Nuh, who presently manages capital. So this is precisely what made Dubai a tech hub in the Arab world. Comment and let me know what you guys think about Dubai as a financial market.